10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Oh snap. What's good, people? Y'all already know what it is. I'm your host, Lady Miz. This is my co-host.
Ray, what's up, y'all?
And this is from the Ground Up Productions, and there is only one way to go from here. I don't know if y'all seen me. What's that when they got the thing talking? The thing that when people do and they lips is moving.
Oh, the dolls in hand.
You can't even say that. I didn't forgot. Yeah. You're supposed to come in and know it. Damn it, after that. Whatever it is. But that's what I looked like a second ago. I know y'all seen it. It's all right. Don't worry about it. But anyway, real quick, just want to let y'all know that From the Ground Up Productions is a podcast where we interview different entertainers, legends, entrepreneurs on our show. We also have different topics when we're talking to these people. And when we're doing that, we're hoping that you, the viewer, can get valuable information and learn something, but also learn about the people that we're interviewing, the history that they have in the industry, and the trailblazers that they putting in work. You know what I mean? The stuff that they're about to give us, the great music and things like that. And these entrepreneurs out there putting in work and doing great things. So this podcast is really to shine the spotlight on several individuals that's out there doing great things. And I want y'all to get to know them. And this is what this platform is all about. Before we get started, first, I want to tell y'all we got a super dope guest, one of my favorites, one of our main supporters, Godsun Da Faraoh out of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Big up to him. We're going to be bringing him on in a minute. But before we do that, we're going to play our commercial and then do our little promo, and then we're bringing them on. So this one here is for content creators. If you are a content creator and want to be a part of our network, listen up, because we are making some changes to our network, and it's going to really be giving opportunity for those out there in the industry. So take a listen.
Are you a content creator? Do you make music videos, short films, documentaries, web series, kids shows, movies, stand-up comedy, visual podcast, educational shows, or sports? Are you a fitness instructor or gamer? Do you record church ceremonies or report news? If so, contact From the Ground Up Productions TV by email at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com. For more information on getting your content played on our network on Roku, where there are over 85 million viewers and growing. No more being limited or blocked on social media from the content you post and create. Get the freedom to be you without restrictions from controlled social media. And if you want to run your ads or sponsor our network, contact us now at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com to get started now.
You're now tuned in to From the Ground Up Productions, broadcasting around the world.
Yes, sure. Yes, sure. So we back. And we are about to get into this interview, but we first are going to let y'all know some of the things that we do have going on. What's that? Yeah. So first of all, I want to remind y'all that we have a compilation album that is out right now called Family Business that you guys can get from my website, ladymiz.com, if you want to purchase it directly from me, or you can go to any streaming platforms and listen to the album. Guys, the album is super, super fire. So many different styles of different artists that's on here. So I think y'all will enjoy it. It is something on here for everybody. So make sure y'all check it out. Family Business under various artists. So make sure you guys go and stream that now. Also, I want to remind y'all that my chips is on deck. Y'all already know. I know y'all see it. Boss Move Chips, baby. And guess what? They moving all around the cities, all around the different states. Yes, they are. Boss Move Chips is available for you to purchase. You can go directly to my website, bossmovechips.com, and you could purchase your chips directly from the website. I do sell them in packs, just like if you was to go to Costco's, BJ's, or Sam's Club, right? I sell them like that. And I also, you can get them directly from me. So if you hit me up, send me a message, whatever, you could purchase it from me. And I am going to be running a special in April, so look out for that as well. Next, we have Lagoica. Lagoica is a graphic designer and he does animation. He does book covers. This guy does a lot. He's a sculptor. You name it, the brother got it going on. The website is at the bottom of the screen. If you need a website done, if you need a book cover, if you need any type of animation, if you want to enhance your brand, make sure you check out Lagoica. And that's LOGOIKA.com. Check him out. He will definitely get you looking good. If you want to see some of his work, you could go to my website, both ladymiz.com and Boss Move Chips. All the animation is done by that brother. Y'all see the smoking mic with the fire, all of that, baby. He did it all. He got the mascot Chips doing the dance, stepping out. What? Super dope. Make sure y'all check him out. He got it going on. And my home girl, BCA, big shout out to her. She is an entrepreneur that's really also helping other people enhance their brand. Okay. Everything that she does is she does great write-ups in the whole 9 yards, but I'll let her tell you really quick for herself. So listen up.
I am Pamela with Business Concepts Accelerated, and I am a CEO support consultant. So are you launching a new book, a grand opening, or even a product or service that you may have coming out to market? Let me help you with your tactical plan. And I have a special going on this month through Q2. Take advantage, leverage what we've got to you. Our creative flow over at BCA is what's going on. Hope to see you soon.
Yes, so Pamela does amazing write-ups, guys. So if you guys are looking to enhance what you got going on, if you need something written up for your business or whatever, she is the one to do that. She does excellent work. And last but not least, shout out to Natasha. We interviewed her a couple of weeks ago. She's an independent artist. She's a pop singer, and she's a new artist that's on the scene. And to me, like I always say, I always hear opera when I hear her voice. She has like an opera voice to me. I see stage.
I hear Disney.
You hear Disney? Yeah. I mean, Disney too. I could see her on Disney Channel. So guys, make sure you check her out. Her name is Natasha. You can go to her website, to her Instagram, and her Bandcamp is there if you want to check out her music. And you can even go to her YouTube and listen to her EP, which is called The Falling Princess. All right. So listen, guys, let's get into it. We have Godsun Da Faraoh that's been waiting patiently behind stage, and we're about to bring him on stage. Let's welcome Godsun Da Faraoh to the show. Hey. Ooh, what's up? The D's in the house, baby. Hold on. There we go.
There you go. Yep. You good.
Your sound is out. Can't hear you. There you go. Yes.
All right. Now? You good now?
Yes, you're good now. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Mad salute. My sis Lady Miz, my brother King Ray. How y'all doing?
Pretty good, and you?
We doing all right. Happy to have you on again.
Thank you. Blessed and highly favored, King.
Absolutely.
Same here, man.
Big shout out to Shaki on the check-in, Town Mama, and Black Cash. I see y'all. Make sure y'all share this live. So listen, you got a lot going on right now. We want to get into that. But if we always, for those who may not know you, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and give a little history about who you are and what you do?
For those that don't know me, how y'all doing? I'm Godsun Da Faraoh, aka also BLM Pharaoh. The BLM is Boss Like Music. I'm here in Detroit representing Boss Like Music 313. My partner Black Cash, who was in the check-in, salute pimping, is down in the South Carolina, represent Boss Like Music down yonder in the South there. And, we here to put good hip hop out, whether it's revolutionary hood, long as it's teaching a message, and we just love music.
Absolutely. Now, Godsun, how long have you been doing your thing in this industry?
Recording, it's been like 3.5, 4 years. But as far as hip hop, I think I was like born with it. Either that or the doctor, had some similar like hip hop mixed together when I was in the hospital as a baby. So it's like in my veins, you know what I'm saying? So I just love this hip hop, so it's a wonderful genre. It evolves and it's continuously evolving.
Nice. Okay. And who were some of the people that influenced you to even want to do that?
Ice-T, Rakim, the mic guy, Stetsasonic, Jay Dilla, all them, Arrested Development. Shout out to them and Speech Configure. It's a plethora of old school hip hop, you know what I'm saying, I come from. Which I'm sure y'all understand what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So we coming from three generations of hip hop. So I'm just gonna let it flow right there.
All right. Okay. And if you could have a feature with somebody in the industry right now, who would you pick? I didn't hear you. Your sound. It's for some reason when you first start talking, it's a delay or something.
Yeah, whatever you hit, it cut it off.
No, we can't hear you. We're going to bring it back. Okay, Godsun's going to get his stuff together. We're going to hear, there he go. We back in action. All right. So listen, guys, yes. So I was asking you who would you want to do a feature with if you had the opportunity to do one?
Development. The whole group were just my man Speech and Configure on the track. I would love, that would be a dream come true, and doing a cut with Public Enemy, Mr. Chuck D. That would really be
Public Enemy. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, I mean, honestly, everybody that you mentioned are legends. We interviewed Speech, Arrested Development. They all gave us great music, so we already could see that the people that you are picking are definitely pioneers in the game, and they also gave us great content, right? I think that's so important. Would you say?
Okay, go ahead.
Would you say that you are someone that gives the same type of message in your music like the ones that you mentioned?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Now I was going to ask you, when you listen to today's music, are there any artists that you would say you would want to do a feature in with today's music?
Of course, J. Cole. Definitely J. Cole. J. Cole is ahead of the game. I'm talking about mental wise in his bars and how he write. Ace Hood on a whole nother level, which I wouldn't say it's another level because it was a level he started with. And then when he got big, you know how they do the switch. And, now he back to the way he was in the beginning. He back in his roots in hip hop.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Now, what about indie artists? And do you have a favorite indie artist? Because a lot of times we talk about the mainstream artists. Do you have any indie artists in mind that you would want to do something with?
Yeah, I don't have a favorite indie artist. I love all my underground artists, which are my partners and my brothers and sisters. We all have great music. You know what I'm saying? We learn from each other and we inspire each other with our music. But at the present moment, I would love to do a collab with you, sis. I like get a collab in with my partner Black Cash when he get time because he real busy down there.
Okay.
My sis Lena Lay. It's a lot of underground artists that's cold. My Twitter family, Catch Me Karma. She hip hop pop. She blanging. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She ain't banging. She blanging. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of artists that's just dope. You know what I'm saying? Mad salute to Blackfish. He another dope artist that's old school like we are. Positive lyrics, positive messages. He don't deal with nothing but that. And you gotta love him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Same thing with JP the Pompaphilian. They have a criteria of hip hop that they do, and they have a criteria of hip hop that they listen to. And that's
Okay.
very important. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. All right. So let me ask you this, Godson, because me knowing you well, and I know again, like you are definitely one that I see that really supports everybody. You are someone that really what's the word where you're setting an example of what it's like to be a supporter, somebody, who looks out for other people, even doing in the same industry as you. Do you think that you people are reciprocating that back to you as an artist?
I do. And, at the same time, I really don't. I'm not looking for it. I trust the process, which is something my partner Black Cash taught me to trust the process. You put in good work and you help, then the Most High take care of the rest. So that's my philosophy on that.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that.
That, and in the same aspect, when we use It Takes a Village to take care of the kids in our neighborhood, it's the same thing with the industry. It takes all of us to look out for each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now let's talk about your joint. You got two joints that we're going to be playing. You got Giving Praise, right? And then you have Boss Sliding. Yes. We're going to start with Giving Praise first. But why don't you talk to us a little bit about that? What inspired you to write that? And give us some history on that.
Giving Praises is a socially conscious hip hop song. It's more laid back. It's not hardcore revolutionary. And it's reality. I'm talking about my life, what I done been through, what I see our people going through, and that's what inspired it. And the times and what's going on, the current events of the times and the days that we living in also inspired it. Which also inspires a lot of my music and writing. The beat was produced by my family member Sean Boy Beats. The young brother, 22 years old, went to recording school, aced it, paid for all that. Now he here to reap the rewards of what he learned. And y'all can tell by the track, it's hot. So
absolutely
be looking more for more tracks that I'm gonna be on from Sean Boy Beats.
All right. Okay. Up. All right. So you want to go ahead? We're gonna play that joint right now. You want to go ahead and introduce that track?
Thank you. This Boss Like Music 313, giving praises, produced by Sean Boy Beats.
All right, from the Ground Up Productions, let's get it.
What we're saying is that there are white people in the mother country that are for the same type of things that we are for stimulating revolution in the mother country. We said that we work with anybody from coalition, anybody that has revolution on their mind. We're not a racist organization because we understand that racism is an excuse used.
Giving praises to the Most High every day. Keep my people uplifted in the right way. Ain't no falling down, dog, ain't no stumbling. We in the jungle, young king, keep it rumbling. Giving praises to the Most High every day. Keep my people uplifted in the right way. Ain't no falling down, dog, ain't no stumbling. We in the jungle, young king, keep it rumbling. In the trenches all day, let us struggle here. Being homeless on the streets, ain't no love there. Now I'm back and I'm blessed with a 9 to 5. Keep it true to myself, everything is fine. Keep it real with my queen, I stay on my dean. I keep it honey, keep it shiny like that apple sheen. Everybody overstand when it's hard times. Politicians playing dummy with the white crimes. Don't nobody pay attention when you build a fence, unless they face the same fence on the jail sentence. By then it's too late for the innocent. Too many people assassinated by the government. It's alright, everybody gotta hold on, cause the love of the Most High's in the zone. Angel wings cover us, yeah, we not alone. Free your mind off this matrix, use a different phone. Giving praises to the Most High every day. Keep my people uplifted in the right way. Ain't no falling down, dog, ain't no stumbling. We in the jungle, young king, keep it rumbling. Giving praises to the Most High every day. Keep my people uplifted in the right way. Ain't no falling down, dog, ain't no stumbling. We in the jungle, young king, keep it rumbling. We in the jungle every day, ain't no playing here. Got the pigs on my heads and they slinging here. Got the DA saying lies cause they want a sentence, while the judge hit us up on a different sentence. Got us waiting on the people cause they long gone. Throw some money on their books when they want a call. Go visit people, let them know they really love. In the belly of the beast there is no doves. Ain't no peace for the souls that be wicked here. Misery to the company they call fear. Ain't no fear in the air, we on God time. Every gym that I drop helps to free your mind. The golden path that I walk, I keep it righteous, bro. Throw the fist in the air, show that real love. Almighty, almighty, everywhere you look. In the peace of the mind, keep the devil shook, God.
I'm the deputy chairman of the state of Illinois Black Panther Party, Fred Hampton. And a lot of people don't understand the Black Panther Party's relationship with white mother country radicals. A lot of people don't even understand that word that Elvis uses a lot.
All right, yo. So y'all already know that's giving praise. Definitely feeling that joint, Godson. I could tell that seems like to be one of your favorite that you're most proud of. Explain to me, like, I guess, what made you even want to write about that? I know you said that it was like times and stuff that's going on. Is there anything personal that happened within your life, or it was just everything that's going on in the world today?
Everything, it's about, life. So everybody relate to it, and this is the thing that's hip hop is missing, the relatability of reality.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. That is so true. So true. And they feeling it there in the chat room. Big shout out to Cuz India. Yes, big shout out to Cuz India. Big shout out to Shaki. I see you. So, well, you know what? While we're talking about giving praise, I definitely want to give my condolences to Eddie OJ. He lost his son, and he's going through some very troubling times right now. So I want to give my condolences to him, and for everybody to please, send your love and your prayers out to that brother, because he really, really needs it at this time. As a parent, I could not even imagine what he is going through at this time. You don't even know what to say or have the right words. You know what I mean? It's like you can't say I understand. You can't say none of that because you don't understand. Right. No one really, unless you've been through it, you don't understand what a person is going through and how it feels, or how to even want to move on. And from the next day to the next day, when you got to deal with that as a parent. So please, guys, make sure y'all pray for that brother. And he has a Cash App. I know there's a lot going on with him. If y'all want to donate something to him, his Cash App is $, Ed OJ and the number 1. If y'all want to donate something to that brother, that is his Cash App. That's Ed EDOJAY and the number 1. Again, Eddie OJ, you know, we send our prayers and our love out to you and your family, and the mother and everybody for losing your son. It's very, very sad. Godson, we kind of talked about this before with losing people, and we lost DJ Cisco, which was, I couldn't even freaking believe it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think that I do too well with dealing with death, and I guess I'm trying to learn. Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, you don't.
I don't. I really don't. I was really kind of messed up behind it, and you were the last person to do something with him. How did that feel, knowing, all of this, that what happened? How did you cope or deal with it? Or how do you deal with death? Can't hear you, brother.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's a process that, we have to go through. What I've learned, and this is through my own experiences and family and things, is just spiritual understanding of what death truly is helps an individual understand the concept of it better. And mind you, that's from your own spiritual experiences, because of what faith an individual may have, and or from someone else's experience that you may hear or read about. The thing about this is that everything is a transition and everything is energy. And once an individual understands that everything is energy doesn't dissipate, it doesn't die, it cannot end, it's forever. And once we understand that we are that energy going through a human experience, like our ancestors did, look at it, as bad and as deeply. Yes, it's not wrong to mourn.
Your sound went out. Okay, there you go.
They take mourning to deeper aspects where it becomes depression, it becomes negative instead of something positive. You know what I'm saying? So from my family to the brother Eddie's family and him, and for his son, King Cisco. And I really, really bonded with that brother from the beginning. It's like, as soon as we talked, it was like, it's like, dang, it felt like I've been knowing that brother for years.
Yeah.
And, and that's, what I'm saying? And that's his energy. That's the spirit the brother had. And it's the same way with y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had it. That's how I feel with y'all too. So it hurt, it's sad, but it's life.
Right. Yeah, well, that is very true, and you're right. Again, even when, like I said, we became very close friends and stuff like that, and it's like knowing him forever, and it's so difficult. But like Ray, I don't know. I'm trying to get to that point of what you were saying as far as being able to deal with death. But I don't think I'm really there yet. I'm trying to cope with it better, but I'm just I don't know. I don't do well with it. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't.
Real quick, because we didn't get onto this, and I don't want to move on, and
okay.
I want to brighten up the mood a little bit.
Okay.
How did you come up with the name Godsun Da Faraoh?
Okay. Silent assassin shooting. When I did my little exile, Pharaoh was my nickname, which means palace in Greek. You see, so our physical bodies are the palace of the Most High. Godson represents the aspect of the Most High being on earth, shining his light through us, through our works, through our deeds, through our thoughts, and everything we do positive upon the earth. Duh is just like from duh. ground up. You see what I'm saying? It's that. Duh. No.
You already know.
You already. So it's just the light of the Most High on the earth.
All right. Okay.
That's
I like that. See, I didn't know that. That was a good question. Absolutely. And look at him. He over there. Puff good, baby. You understand? I see what it is. Pass the Dutchie money, left one side. Hey. No, I don't even smoke though, but it's all good.
I know.
So now I want to get into the we got a clip here of Boss Sliding that you got. Talk to us and tell us about that. We're going to play that.
Boss Sliding, and once again, it's more hood, but it's also revolutionary in the concept of who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about coming up in the neighborhood, icing the next brother or the next sister. None of that. I'm talking about those who are the actual enemy, who we know is the enemy. They try to use the neighborhood to get at us. So we sliding on the enemy, and we sliding with knowledge, though. You see what I'm saying? We're not sliding with ignorance.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So that's good to clarify what this is all about. So when people see it, they get it and totally understand. So we're going to get into that joint right now. Godsun Da Faraoh. This is Boss Sliding. Let's get it. Babe, you ain't got it up there. What you doing?
Bitch, we cop it diamond. Oh, this is a it came an island. We look like stretched on it, we hit slots. It's the E-way.
Everything ain't all right, man. I ain't eating.
Waukesha talking shit up in my cup, she keep on spilling out. Gas in this blunt, keep on yelling and it's getting loud. Bullets in the case that they nagging, they gon' max. My money in the bank, keep on crying, they got taxes. What the fuck to do in a world full of madness? Collect them stacks, go and wrap them bodies in that plastic. Get them racks, cause them devils always do is tragic. Fuck them hoes, then they wanna talk, but we snap it. Fuck them hoes, lay their ass out in the caskets. The Detroit shit, leave their heads off in shopping baskets. They fuck with this, who the fuck you devils think you asking? I'm Godsun, rolling on that west with that mash shit. Blocker, put that ass in the morgue, nigga. Snitch ass bitches catch the motherfucking swords, nigga. No discrimination, sniping 12 on the sideline. Delivery made special motherfuckers call it curbside. Detroit City, we don't do no fucking drive-bys. We walking up, leave your brains tossed in that low sky, no talking up. Fuck your little bitch, we copping diamonds, that paper chase. Open Swiss accounts and claiming islands, we pay you up. Leave your body stretched on that freeway, it's sliding season. I-94, that's the E-way.
What's up, dude?
Oh, I'm about to fire Ray over here. Ray's getting fired today. Okay.
I ain't messing with you. I ain't even gonna say nothing.
All right. Yes. So Boss Sliding. So listen, that I hear you, but I ain't gonna lie. That song kind of get me hyped. I feel like running up on somebody. Yo, like, yo, what's good?
You silly sis. Just make sure it's the right one.
Right. Don't want to go out like that.
Right.
Oh man. So obviously you have a variety of different type of music out there. Now, where can people find your music?
Godsun Da Faraoh on my YouTube, GODSUN space DA space FARAOH. Because a lot of people misspell Pharaoh. It's just taking the F, the PH, and making it an F. BLM Pharaoh on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, and that's that, really. And my social media, of course.
Yeah, so your music on there and also on your YouTube and all streaming platforms, correct?
Platforms.
All right. And give your social medias as well.
IG and Facebook is Godsun Smith. My music page, Facebook, is Godsun Da Faraoh. My Twitter is Pharaoh_DA.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. All right, y'all. So everything's there at the bottom of the screen. Make sure y'all check him out. Make sure y'all stream his music, follow him, and support this brother. He got a lot going on, new material out, and y'all can find it on Spotify, as he said, also on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all go over to his social media to stay in tune to everything he got going on and what he got coming up. That's his Instagram, which is at Godsun Smith.
And we're gonna. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna spell it because you spell it Godsun, Godsun. So that people understand and they're not looking for SON when they look for it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Thank you. Appreciate that, King.
Right. So Town Mama said it shocked me. Laugh out loud. I guess the song. Did you put it up there? She said Town Mama said it shocked me. And India said that song was the bomb. Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yes. So now we got your socials out there. Is there anything that we didn't ask you that you want people to know before we get into this next topic? I didn't hear you. Your phone went out again.
I'm sorry. You hear me now? It's good?
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, for people to stay humble. Don't give up on your vision. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about them dreams. Them dreams gonna come and go. Don't give up on that vision and keep moving forward. It's guerrilla season. That's what we here for.
All right. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's what it is, guys. Make sure, again, I'm going to repeat, make sure you guys follow him, support this brother, go stream his music so that you can stay in tune to what he has going on and coming up. Now, before we start talking about this topic, guys, something that I wanted to, for us to address, I first got to put out that we are doing a tribute to DJ Cisco from DJC Radio Global, and this will be on the 26th. Let me just make sure I got that. The 26th at 8 p.m. here on From the Ground Up Productions. Make sure you guys pull up, come support, show that brother some love. Let's remember him. He definitely was supportive to everybody, especially to indie artists. He always made sure that he was there looking out and made sure that people heard them and supported them. And, this brother was a great brother, a great father, great husband, great son. And we definitely want to remember him. It's very hard not hearing his voice anymore, him not being there. So that will be March 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on From the Ground Up Productions. We will be airing it like we do all of our shows on YouTube and on Roku. Now, the next thing I want to remind y'all is that tomorrow makes the first day that we will be celebrating Women's Month. And you got the picture or video?
Picture.
All right. So we got Women's Month. And this will be tomorrow. We're going to be shining the light on these talented, successful women. And this is Women's History Month. So I wanted to dedicate these shows to them. Cannot go out of this month without shining the light on our sisters out there doing amazing things. So make sure that you guys tune in tomorrow for that to celebrate these women. All right. And now, without further ado, Godson, let's get into this topic of gun violence and how it affects, or gang culture, either or, and how it affects the hip hop industry. So we had a conversation about this on our last show, and I know that you came across the show and you had some things that you wanted to address or talk about. So let's get into it. What's up? Because I'm ready. You didn't see the gloves. Okay. I'm like, what?
Hold up. Now I see why King Ray be no.
I got two sides to me.
No, first I wanted to tell King Ray, brother, everything you said on that live was so on point. I'm talking about you spoke raw truth in every point you hit on that. And I just wanted to, personally thank you for that, bro, because people need to hear that. No matter if they hurt their feelings or what, but what you were saying was the real deal, for real. Now, my part on this is because I'm a representative of the AVL, Almighty Vice Lord Nation. And Almighty Vice Lord Nation began in the 50s in Chicago on the West, you know what I'm saying, of the Lawndale area. And it started for the protection of the children, the women, the elders of the communities.
Okay.
Just like in Chicago with the Blackstone Rangers. All of it started from the understanding that we were at a time where the police and the European were smashing us. They got tired of it. They got tired of the poverty. They got tired of everything that was going on. So they got together and formed an organizational structure. Being that it was formulated from the streets, it's called a street or a gang. Now we know a gang is the terminology of one or more, two or more people in a line with the same concept, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So a lot of things that started from good turns into bad. That's just a story of humanity upon the earth. You see what I'm saying? If you want to take it back biblical, we go back to the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. I ain't got to finish that story. What I'm saying is that the Almighty Vice Lord Nation started from something beautiful, uplifting, positive. Everything that was written, the history, where it came from, originated, the religious structure based under Islam, all that was beautiful and peaceful. These are the concepts that I myself choose to follow. As we say, we walk a golden path. And our vice, Vice Lord means being Lord of our vices. We are to subdue the lower self and walk in our higher self. This is the understanding that I was taught and I was raised up under the brothers and the old heads that, you know what I'm saying, brought me in. And this is what I still maintain to do today, in which, as you can hear through my lyrics and through my music, the knowledge that I put forth. This is something that still goes on, but it's not publicized. You have a lot of brothers and sisters in organizational structures that they're called gangs that do for the neighborhood, that still do free food clinics in Chicago and California based off the Black Panther structure and things of this nature. It's not being publicized.
Tyrone Muhammad. I don't know if I actually interviewed him on my Talk That Talk show on DJ Cisco's, when I was on DJ Cisco's show. He's out there heavily.
Right. So it's not that positive things are not happening. It's not being spoken about because I'm thinking the sister Tanya Tressa said it in that chat. She said, where people will love to see you down instead of being up. This is the media. The media doesn't want to propagate anything good in the Black communities, in the barrios, or even in the trailer parks, because it's not good for media. It's not going to give them ratings. It's not something that the politicians care about. You see?
Absolutely.
So they go. It's sad that the gun violence is going on. It's sad children can't play in the streets like we grew up playing in the streets all day, all summer. You
Listen,
know, it said they can't.
remember Chris Rock? When he did a stand-up, he said, "You when you was growing up, your mom said you could go from that block to that block. Then it changed from you could go to that corner to that corner. Now you got," he said, "before you know it, you hopping in the one damn spot. You can't go no damn where." And it's, he made it in, to make it into a joke, but it is the fact that, it's so dangerous out there that it's like, your kids can't even be out there and really get to experience how we experienced growing up. Where we could walk and do certain things through the neighborhood, even though it was like, it still was bad, but you was able to walk in the neighborhood. But now they're just telling you they don't give a damn. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And go ahead, Ray. My bad.
First, I'm gonna say thank you for bigging me up. All right. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This when we look at what's going on right now, we got to say this is by design, right? Mm-hmm. And you brought up the Black Panthers, you brought up the Vice Lords, right? People who were doing good, they made sure these same organizations like the media, the police departments destroyed anything that was doing good for our neighborhoods. But do you notice now all these kids who are dying young and these gangs who are out there now, they don't really put that much energy into making sure that those go away.
No.
So
no, they don't.
And then they look at us and go, hey, do something about it. But when we were doing the positive, they made sure that they killed off anything that was positive about our communities.
Right.
Exactly. It's a catch-22. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You see what I'm saying? So so now we have to take it back to the Marcus Garvey days of each one, reach one, teach one. If I could reach one, at least that one can step forth and reach another one. So hopefully that domino effect will come about. You know what I'm saying? In a positive, to try to reverse history. Because it's repeating itself, and it's steadily repeating. And what you said also, King Ray, the leaders, the Lady Men say, where are the leaders at? The leaders that meant something are either dead or incarcerated. And those that are incarcerated in these days and times, they're not getting anything out that's of benefit to the streets.
Exactly.
And think about it, those leaders that were actually could make a difference, the minor charges they got lifetime sentences for. They got sentences that nowadays they're not giving that same sentence out. Because think about it, right now, somebody can kill somebody and be out in 10 years. These same guys now are doing life for the same crimes they do in a few years for, because they're making a difference when they come home. They are known to make a difference when they come home. Some of these gang leaders that they got in jail doing life could come home and literally change the whole structure of the gang.
Yeah, exactly. Chairman Hoover, for example, you know what I'm saying? Him, Suki Williams, rest in peace to him. He was on the same path.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If he hadn't been wrongly executed, he would have been out trying to bring a change in the communities and things. And it's a sad thing that they tell you they want you to stop this, but they not telling you they want you to stop it.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you know how they tell you they want you to stop it? They arrest you, throw you in jail so that they can control you, and now they're saying, hey, why are you not changing? But you never give, the guys, like I said, unfortunately, we have to first start with us, right? I'm never going to say it's not our fault, because some of it we have to do. And nowadays, there's a lot of these older guys controlling these young kids. Some of these guys my age shouldn't be out there telling these kids, having these kids commit these crimes.
Absolutely.
And
I agree.
It starts with these older guys, it actually educating these kids, but it actually starts at home too. It got to be moms and dads actually in the house. Like me, my son, if I ever find out, my ass I'm on his ass, it's never going to happen. And that's what we need.
And parents gotta stop trying to be their kids' friend all the time, trying to fit in with the kids instead of being leaders. And, it's okay to have fun and have a great bond with the kids. You want a relationship so that your kids can come to you and talk about anything rather than getting their information from the street. But at the same time, you have to set boundaries and let them know that there's just certain things that you don't do. Like, for example, we were talking about this the other day, and this might seem like a minor thing, but you know what? Let me tell you something. I grew up where I was never allowed to call an adult by their first name. Okay, and
Oh
that
man.
set a boundary. If I didn't call them Mr. or Mrs., I called them aunt and uncle. Even cousins in my family that were older, I had to call them aunt or uncle. Right? Already, it puts me in my place as a child to understand the authority figure, and I believe that in today's time, kids don't know that because adults are not representing themselves in that way, and that is a huge problem.
It's not even anything anymore. I think the biggest word it is not being used is respect, and that's what you know. These kids aren't being taught respect anymore.
Absolutely.
Well, that's true, but a child has to see respect in order to respect. So you got to think now. The children we see in the streets that's into the negative of the gang violence and activity, you got to think a lot of their uncles, they daddies, they aunties, mamas, cause older, like sis said, these are the older representatives that they see.
Absolutely.
So they see them running out with the K, they go, oh man, I want to do that too, man. So when they get old enough to run out the door with the K, they gonna be running out the door with the K too. It's sad, but it's systematic. It's the systematic downfall, and it's like each generation keep falling for it. My generation fell for it. Generation before that fell for it. Malcolm X generation fell for it. It's like somewhere it has to stop.
Absolutely.
So each one got to reach one, and if you reach one, that's a great deed. We take for granted what happens on the earth with our children. We take for granted that, okay, we send them outside to play. We turn around to grab a glass of water and they gone when we get back to the door. Yep. We take for, you know what I'm saying? These type of things is we take for granted that, okay, go outside and play. They on their big wheel and then next thing here come a car flying past, bullets riddling it. We take for granted that type of stuff. That ain't gonna never happen in our neighborhood. That stuff happened over there on that side. No, anything could happen because this is systematically set up. It's just like the financial system. Mm-hmm. It's set up.
Absolutely.
I was saying this to me and Ms. was talking about this a while back, and she used to think I was crazy for saying it, and I didn't mean it. And when I say it, I don't mean it in a physical way, but in order for our people to understand and to change, we have to kill the nigga. And I don't mean that physically, but
you mean mentally.
We have that. We got to kill that attitude where it's I have to be the baddest guy in the neighborhood or the baddest guy or the biggest guy to prove something.
Exactly.
And that mentality alone is killing us because we all fighting for something that's honestly not even real. We're fighting for negativity, to be the leader of negativity.
Big shout out to Eddie OJ. I see you pulling up, my brother. We definitely shouted you out, gave your cash app in the whole 9 yards. Again, we send our condolences to you. We see you. We know you up in here. I just wanted to shout him out real quick.
Can I shout out Eddie real quick?
Of course, go ahead.
Hey man, love you, Eddie, man. Love you, man. Mad love to you, brother. Mad love to you, brother.
Yes, absolutely. So, at the end of the day, like they said, we have a lot of work to do. And again, I really just do not know when and if we're going to get to that point or when we will see it, because I agree. All of the, can you hear me? What is that?
Love y'all.
Oh, okay. All of the stuff that you were discussing. Yeah. I didn't forget.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What? I'm sorry. I get so distracted so easily. Y'all gotta forget I got ADHD. I don't know. When there's too much going on, I totally lose my train of thought. I was saying that I forgot what I was saying. Forget it. Go ahead, move on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
By the way, Eddie OJ said he appreciates that, Godson.
Okay. Mad love, King.
Absolutely. So also I forgot to mention that we do have new services. I'm going to pull that up real quick. We have new services going on, guys. Want to talk to y'all real quick about that. If you want to get a package, we have different packages. The economy package, where we interview artists free of charge. Can't even read that because it's so small on the screen. But yeah, we interview you. There's a free package, and then from there it goes to $35 and $45. And I think that might be it. I can't really see. So we have 3 different packages there. And then also, if you are interested in getting the show done, if you guys wanted to actually produce your own, oh, there we go. All right, let me bring that back real quick so I could tell y'all the proper way. Okay, and he took it off the screen. Woo! Oh, my Lord. So yes, guys, 3 packages. Okay, there's an interview package, right? It's an economy package, 15 minutes flat. That's what you get on our interview. If you want to interview with us, donations are welcome. If you want that free interview, you get 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes max on the show, where we offer it for nothing. The silver package we will be doing, you get an interview, you get a flyer, and you get some free promo. That's $35. We got the gold package, where you get the flyer, promo, and a blog write up. All right, so you get all of those things. Those are the 3 different packages. If anybody has an album coming out and you want to promote your album, we do listening parties here on the show. So we'll play your whole joint for everybody, you know, get the feedback and all of that right here on the show. The flyer's up there, and it's also on my website. If you want to have us produce a show for you guys, like I was saying before, whatever your vision is, we will produce the show here from the ground up. The look that you want, the name of your show, whatever topics that you have, etc. The next thing is, if you want to become a member, we are now making changes to our Roku. If you are a content creator, rather you make YouTube videos, if you have your own podcast, if you have music videos, if you are a fitness instructor, etc., we have where you could become a member of our network. It's a one-time fee of $50 to join, and you do not have to pay anything else after that. You could be a member for a lifetime. And if you want to donate every year for being a part of it, that is optional. But there's a one-time fee of $50 to become a member of our network on Roku. New network, of course. We're, getting things started, but things is looking pretty good and numbers are looking even better. So we definitely want to offer that to you guys. Also, I have a package for artists. So this is called an artist branding package. We help to establish your brand so that it is recognized in a professional, marketable way. Okay. So that is, if you interested in that and you want more details, you can hit us up and we will give you the details for it. Anybody that lives close by in the area, we are offering studio time, $15 per hour. You could come here, lay down your joint and get a light mix. So hit us up if you want that done as well. And if you want to sponsor our network or our show, you can hit us up. And if you want to run an ad and advertise what you have going on, rather it's your music, your business, or whatever, you can also hit us up. We have all of that going on. And that is the end of my promo. So back to you, Godson. Okay, so I'm sorry. Look, like I was saying, go ahead.
Did you say $15 an hour?
Yes, sir.
I need to move that.
Hey, listen, we have to make it affordable. We need to move here.
No.
Look. Yo, we got to make it affordable for the people, because we also have to understand too, again, you're getting a light mix. So if you want a deep mix and mastered, of course, you're going to have to go and have somebody mix and master. But if you want to come here, lay your vocals down, get all of that stuff at a reasonable price where you can save yourself some money, that's where we come in at, so we have to make it reasonable for the people, because if they want a deeper mix with an engineer, they would have to go elsewhere. But we can give them a light mix and get the main recording done here. So that, yes, that is very cheap. Absolutely. We got to make it cheap because, again, we have to make it affordable for the people. So important, right? Because at the end of the day, Look, this game, me as an artist, I know. You understand what I'm saying? It's expensive. Huh?
Yeah, starving artists. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, again, we got to get paid, of course, for our time. We can't give everything away for free, but we do want to make it affordable for people out there. So, absolutely. So, hit us up if y'all are interested. So, again, at the end of the day, when we talk about the things that's going on in the music industry, the stuff that's happening, the gun violence, do you think that, let's talk about this, because I don't know if you really touched on this, Godson. Do you believe that the gang culture is affecting hip hop today? Because I know we spoke, but I don't really feel like you touched on that enough.
It's affecting. It's some of it affected negatively, some of it affected positively. It's depending on who you listening to, because it's a lot of underground artists that's affiliated, and they spit facts. They not talking no negativity. They just they trying to do what their respective organizational structure actually carries. Now you had those that's on some garbage. That's music. You see what I'm saying? The bad thing about that is a lot of cats that's representing that in the music industry are not actually those type of members. You see what I'm saying? So the people see something and they think they really, but you go on that block or you go in that area and ask about such and such and such. A lot of them cats ain't, they not in them books.
Okay.
Yeah, they basically, how you call it, bought in. They're paid in.
Yeah, and that's so a lot of the brothers and sisters don't respect that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them really went in and put in work. Life sacrificing type stuff. For what they believe in and what they stand on.
King Charlie Prince said, weak-minded rappers fall victim to gun violence. There was a kid that was just killed again, right? Now,
in Maryland.
Did you hear about that?
I think it's a Prince George, Maryland.
I know where Prince George, Maryland at. I didn't hear about that situation.
Yeah, another rapper. He got killed just a couple of days ago. 24 years old. And the crazy part, he had a couple of albums out, but he was just being recognized for his music. He didn't even get that.
He was just started. That's crazy.
I just feel like, it's so sad because I don't understand what's happening here. Again,
I do.
Okay.
I totally understand it. Yeah, it's not understanding. We overstand it. But the thing about it is, it's just a sad affair. When did music become something that you have to get killed to do?
Right. Well, okay. Now I'm glad you said that. This is where I talk about accountability, because if we praise gun violence, if we praise being hard, if we praise, the guy that just got out of jail, he's the hardest dude on the block, this one knocked this one out. If we continue to praise stuff like that, the kids coming up, they see that, they learn from that, they will, kind of like, what's the word? Yeah, they will emulate it, right? So this is going to, it's being promoted, but it's not just being promoted from, we could blame the media all day, right? And this is what I always talk about when it comes to accountability, right? I see Ray looking at me. Listen, because y'all know we gonna look. Let me tell you, y'all, I have to tell y'all, let me tell you, accountability starts with us. If we praise it, we are responsible. See, we have to stop doing certain things because then they won't have anything to report. All right. It's what's being done. First and foremost, we have to go back to the real leaders. Okay. There has to be real leaders in the neighborhood that is really uplifting these kids and showing them the right way. Like y'all talked about before, when we talk about the gangs, I did know that. And I learned that actually, big shout out to Cash on Abel. He told me, like, look, gangs came from, this is when Nipsey Hussle died. It started off as a good thing, really to protect the neighborhoods and stuff like that. And then it ended up turning into something bad, as you stated earlier, Godson. But now it's just like, I don't see anything good. You understand? I don't see anything good. So I when I say I don't understand, what I can't understand is why there's not enough adults out there taking a stand to make a difference. Okay, because we're quick to fight each other. We're quick to show each other how tough we can be, and I'll show you, and I'm mean mugging and grilling this one and this and that and all of that. But as soon as it comes down to something else, everybody want to be quiet. No, our people have a problem with fighting for us. No, but we fight each other. That's just what I see. I don't know. How do we get better?
There are people who out here fighting for us. Mm-hmm. We ignore them.
It is. Exactly.
We ignore them. We ignore them. And unfortunately, some of the people fighting for us, they have the good message, wrong messenger. Because I'll be example. Nothing against. I have nothing against the church, but you have some of these churches out here committing these same actions against the black community and turning around and saying to the black community, "Hey, we got to fix this issue." Nobody's gonna listen to you when you're burning them too.
Right.
And
it's
go ahead.
No, go ahead, King. Right?
No, go ahead, King. Right? I was gonna say here, when you asked where did the change start with the group, when they started pumping the drugs into our neighborhood is exactly when the change of the good gangs started changing into who can be in charge and who can control what neighborhood.
Right. King Charlie Prince.
Who pushed the drugs we all know who pushed the drugs into the neighborhoods. Yeah. We can take it back to the 70s with the pimps and the pushers.
Yep. I used to tell, because I used to get into this disagreement with people, some of the guys on Facebook who don't know about it, be like, oh, y'all got all these drugs in your neighborhood. Y'all can change that. We didn't, I'm going to tell you like this. There ain't a black person in the neighborhood who living in any of these urban neighborhoods who are pushing drugs, that own an airplane, that own drug manufacturer. Well, I'm not going to say drug manufacturer, gun manufacturing, none of that is in our neighborhoods. So when that's in our neighborhood, you can't say we bought it into there. Somebody bought it to us, and then we took it and spread it through our neighborhood. But it's not grown in our neighborhood, and it's not manufactured in our neighborhoods.
Understood. But this is my only thing that I say to that. We know that that we ain't bringing the drugs in, right? Somebody else is doing it, because we had this conversation before. But we are promoting it in our music, and it didn't start with the rap. Okay, do y'all know this? Tell me if you're familiar with this. Doom, doom, doom. I'm your mother, I'm your daddy, I'm that nigga in the alley. I'm your doctor when you need. Want some coke? Have some weed. You know me. I'm your friend, your main boy, whatever. I'm your pusher man. Okay? Do you not know that damn song? Okay, so back to accountability, because I'm always be talking on the other side. Accountability.
That song was not about negativity. It was actually telling you what these guys in your neighborhood were doing. The difference now is these guys pretending to be killers and then saying, "Hey, I'm a killer. I'm a this and this and I'm that," and they're telling a story that they're not living.
Okay.
And for the people in the back.
What happened? Godson, you going in and out.
For the people in the back. Oh, my bad. You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. King Charlie Prince, he said, if they use knowledge like they use
violent.
If they use knowledge raps, sorry, I left out the word rap. If they use the knowledge raps like they use the violent raps, they would be heading in the right direction. Okay. And then he said these record companies make them think they are talking negative is talent. Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. Absolutely. But again, we have to. He said, I guess that's Curtis Mayfield, or that's what that was. That's that song. But here I go. Boy, I swear some people could be hypocrites sometimes. It's gonna be me. Cause that song that I just said to y'all, I swear I like it though. I be like, oh, your mother, I be like, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, the song, I be like, sample that shit. Yo, somebody pray for me, cause I'm just saying. Yo, I gotta keep it real with y'all. Look. I said it takes a village. Don't be judging me, okay? Because I ain't make the song. But I mean, is it kind of like dope a little bit? It is. So I guess the question is, why is it? Why is it? Because he just so smooth with the shit? Like, what is it? Because I ain't gonna lie, I think the song is all right though.
Yeah. But you got to understand the message of the song. Today's music, the message is different. Like I say, you also have that was an adult singing that. He wasn't, nowadays you got these kids, they starting out 14, 15, 16 years old. These, like King Charlie Prince said, they're having them think that talking negative is real rap and it's a talent.
Godson, how do you feel about as far as kids, like what Ray is saying? How do you feel about kids listening to the music? Do you think that it's an appropriate like Cardi B, all of this stuff, right? I always use her as an example, but it didn't start with Cardi B. Little Kim been on that, right? We know that. So when we talk about artists that we listen to, yeah, they all talked about it, right? Do you think that it's okay to make that music if it's for a mature crowd?
For adults, children have they.
Nope.
Hold on.
Wait, we get there. You go. Oh Lord, what do you think? I say, in my opinion, I think that it's okay to do it. Oh, something is happening on his end. I think that it's okay if to do this type of music if it's marketed to adults who understand the difference between what is real life, what's not good for the community, and this stuff is not really happening. When you listen to other things such as TVs, like if I watch Scarface, I know that that's not real. If I watch others, you could take it off and see. Oh, you did. I know that it's not real, right? But what's happening is kids are watching these programs or listening to this music and they're trying to act it out and really live that life. Like Eminem said in his rap, he was like, if you were real something, if you were gangster, you should be out killing motherfuckers right now, right? Like it's either you an entertainer or you really a gangster. Like, why are you trying to be both? Because it's not like if you're an entertainer, you're an entertainer. You're really just acting.
I'm gonna be honest
for
with
real.
You. I'm gonna be honest with you, because now that you said that, you're right. Though, here's the thing: the entertainers, the rappers who are actually out here speaking all of that, killing and all of that, they're not doing it. But the messed up part about it is they're getting killed by the gangsters. Because whenever you see a rapper got killed, it ain't another rapper that did it.
No.
There you go. You right. Pretty good, Godson. Now you want to answer the question? Do you remember the?
Okay. What was the question? Now I had to go get my my earbuds. My little AirPod went dead.
No problem. Okay. So what I was saying was, how do you feel about the music? Like, do you think that if we're talking about stuff like the song, the Curtis Mayfield, right? Not say, hey, I like the song, right? But listen to what he's saying. Or if we're listening to a Cardi B or a Little Kim or whoever, is it okay to make this type of music if it's being marketed to adults and not kids? What is your take on that?
Adult music supposed to be marketed to adults. Children's music marketed to children. The thing about it is, like the European guy said on the video clip y'all did in the other segment, it's the parents that buy the music for the children. With us, it's our kids that buy their music. And you see what I'm saying? They go and get their phone or their iPads and download what they want to download. Now, if you are monitoring what the child or teenager is listening to, fine and dandy. But I mean, it's a rat race right now. A lot of people don't have time to do that.
Yeah, a lot of times it is, you also got to tell, a lot of these kids don't understand the difference between, they do understand the difference between real and fake. It's not being reinforced to them. They're not being reinforced that this rap music is entertainment. And when they're out there saying that, there are some real gangsters out here too.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely. That's the whole fact.
That's the whole thing. You're right. Music is entertainment. You want to be entertained, then you listen to some music. And that goes back to what he said also. People want to be entertained, but they don't want to be entertained by their kind. They want to be entertained by the negativity of someone else.
That was that clip that we played. Remember, the guy. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he made a really, really great point. We didn't even finish playing the full video. We should have, but no,
I had watched it. I had watched it. Since you sent it to me. Yeah, you had sent it to me.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, it's like, we gonna listen. But he said we turn it down at the stop sign because we're acting, right? You understand? And it is very, very true. Listen, but here goes that but that a lot of people don't like. We're making it. If we're making it, we can't tell somebody not to listen to it.
That's not always true.
An artist is responsible for what they create if they have creative control.
Yes.
That's
okay. Thank you. You hit it right.
All right. Listen, I gotta. All right.
Thank you.
If they have creative control.
That's the key. Yeah, so, you gotta have creative control.
I mean, and this is I guess it goes back to one being an independent artist, but then it goes back to survival, right? So you talk about creative control, but people are in situations where they really want to get paid for their work and all of that, and they want to make it big and all of that stuff. So they're willing to give up their rights and their creative control just so they could be in a position to be famous. But when they do that, they lose their integrity and morals in the process.
So there you have the difference between an artist and a rapper. A hip hop artist does hip hop because he loves the art of it. A rapper raps because he feels he has a talent or she has a talent and they want to get paid from it.
Okay.
So it's a difference. That's why the industry is different from the underground. Look, see, this is what people miss. What we see in the industry, they started from the underground, but it wasn't the underground the way it is right now. They come to us to get inspiration. They just not saying it. You see what I'm saying? We know who the movement is. You see what I'm saying? Because we deal with each other every day. We listen to it every day. We on the streaming platforms. We on the YouTubes. We on the World Stars. You see what I'm saying? And the industry is too.
Absolutely. Yep. So I wanted to read a comment. There we go. You could have left it up there. It's okay. Drama and violence sells just like sex. Okay. Like Meg and Cardi and City Girls. It's only about money and they don't care nothing about youngsters in the hood.
Nothing else.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I can answer that.
I agree with that.
And that's the truth. But the problem with that is because like Godsun said, they don't have creative control. Not only that, they don't own it. So once they make the music, these labels could put it anywhere. You know, like for example, Meg Thee Stallion's song is on the Popeyes commercial. Come on, shake your ass. You know what that song I'm talking about. And when you got a little bit of money, you got to remember these artists are not getting paid like they're supposed to. So they gotta take wherever they can get their money at. So if these organizations are saying, hey, can I use your song and I'm gonna pay you for it? They're gonna go for it because they're not getting the money that they should be getting when these songs are being streamed and played.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. So King Charlie Prince said, my mother listened to Millie Jackson and Skillet and Leroy, and they were talking dirty, but I never allowed to control me. And another thing is, we spoke about this last time on the last show, is that when our parents were doing what they were doing, even if we were in the house, they always sent the kids into the other room, right?
Another room, right?
Right. The kids shouldn't be up in the adult's face, and kids should be seen and not heard. You know what I'm saying? All those old school sayings and stuff like that, right?
Hold on, here you go, y'all. Here you go. Get your ass out of grown folks' faces.
Yeah. Absolutely. There we go.
You know what's lost? We've lost the do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
You know, I grew up, my mom said, you know, they out there, they cursing, drinking, playing cards and all of that. But if we were doing that, we got our ass whooped. You know, that's the difference now. These kids, they don't have that same, don't do what you see me doing.
Yeah, but you got to think though, King. We abided by that, but as soon as I got old enough to do all that, I was doing it.
But you was old enough.
That's a fact, though.
But you was old enough.
But he did it, though. But he did it.
But you waited till you was old enough.
That's a catch-22 mentality. Because okay, Mom, I ain't gonna drink while I'm, but as soon as I get old enough, here you go. You see what I'm saying? It goes back to what both of y'all said. True, is what the child sees. If the child doesn't see it, they're not gonna even worried about it.
I don't know, because sometimes, you know, we could have that mentality, but you also got to understand, if the child doesn't see it, when they do see it old enough, they're not understanding, and they, you know, like, you know, if you deprive a child of what real gang violence is, right? And now they're listening to this music without being explained to it, because nobody took the time to explain to it, because they didn't see it. Now they're seeing it in a different light.
You're right. They're seeing the reality of it.
They're seeing it as for what they believe it's being taught and what they believe it really is, because we're saying, hey, don't watch that, and not explaining to them why you should not watch it or why you should not do that. Instead of just completely removing it from them.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point.
Absolutely.
See, I had an uncle that whooped my ass and then told me why. My auntie just whooped my ass and told me to sit down. So you're right. You're supposed to explain why. I get. That's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, it is what it is. I mean, like I said before, we got to do better. Again, when we look at the situations and what's going on with these kids getting murdered on an everyday basis, every time we turn around one of our children, I say ours because it's ours, right? At the end of the day, it's our kids that's being murdered on the street. Like, yo, our legacy, these talented people, like after a while, who's going to be left? If all of them are killed off, because other people are getting older, passing away, dying, all this stuff. We get older. What's happening to our kids? They can't even grow up. I mean, damn, we about to be extinct in a minute. You understand what I mean? I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but I'm dead serious. Like, there has to be something that needs to be done and change, because our kids are not growing up long enough to see adulthood.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy, you know, because honestly,
what was that question?
Unfortunately, a lot of the entertainers, like I said, when you control and unfortunately in the rap industry, they remove when you get a specific age, you're no longer relevant. You know, so when you're old enough to say, hey, I've learned something. I could as an adult now, I could say a different message than I was saying when I was younger. They've made to remove these guys once they've got old enough to speak different. Think about it. Jay-Z put out the album 444, right? You know how much knowledge was in that album? And you know how many people I heard adults go, yo, what's he spitting at? Why is he shouldn't be doing that? I'm like, yo, the man he's over 50 now. He's spitting knowledge to you now. This is what you should be understanding. Instead of what you expect him to still at 50 years old, still out here spitting about killing people?
Right.
Exactly.
They don't understand when people grow and they evolve. They just don't freaking get it. Now, what was that name? Cocaine Wizard? He said,
that's my cuz there.
Yeah, he said it's entertainment like an action movie. What's the difference? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I don't think it's much of a difference, because they're both entertainment in my opinion. It's the same.
I'm
So which
explaining.
I mean that it's a difference then.
I'm
It's the same
explaining.
thing. You gotta know what the difference
It's
is.
about who's controlling who's doing it.
Damn.
You think about it. Scarface, right? We all know Scarface wasn't real.
Right.
But when they got, and I hate to say it but this way, but when they have these Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone out there killing and shooting people, they consider that, oh, that's great. You know, they promote that as, you know, hey, this is it, right? But when we promoting it, the killing, they're not telling us, they're not telling our kids, this is fake, this is not real. When they doing Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that, they make sure Arnold Schwarzenegger is seen in a good light. They make sure that Sylvester Stallone is also seen in a different image after he committed a film like that.
You know what, King Ray? Why you just said that? Because Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you really notice, most of their movies were military. Their characters were military something. So you're just like with the CIA and the Jason Bourne movies. It's always something. It's good. It's all right for the government. It's all right for the alphabet boys to do it. You see what I'm saying? But here comes a difference. Like you said, it is a difference because they let you know what the entertainment is. Right. And they'll let you say, like you said earlier, they'll come lock your black ass up if you want to try to be like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger in these streets and shoot up a police station.
Yep. They make sure they make sure that every time they put out of anything that they consider violent, they show that person in a different image. That person, they make sure that person is seen when they promoting it. They making sure that person is seen in a promotional way, so that
in a hero type light.
Yep, in the hero type light. And then they don't do that with rap music. They're not promoting it as saying, "Hey, this is not real. These guys are," and they're not saying this is actually happening. This is not entertainment. This is people actually dying from this. They're promoting it as fun.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That is so true. Like, but you know, I gotta say, King Charlie Prince, he said the young generation are not afraid to fight.
No.
I'm sorry.
Not afraid.
I'm sorry. The young generation are not afraid like the older generation. They are willing to fight and die. The older generation rather sing for freedom.
I have to disagree.
How do y'all feel about that statement? Go ahead. Put me in, coach.
You want
older generation? Go ahead. I'll let you go, King.
Thank you. King Charlie Prince, my brother. My brother. The older generation did something that I never do. And that's stand there and let a European stick a dog, a water hose, and a baton upon me and not do nothing. I don't have that type of strength. I don't. So when they did that, they showed something that this generation ain't gonna never show. You see what I'm saying? And it's good, but they laid down what we had today. I never take, and I used to down the civil rights movement back, when I was one of them young, thinking I was a Huey P. Newton minded, but no, I don't have the strength for that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, the youngsters these days, they full of fire. They not full of the positive right fire. The people back then, they was full of fire. They were full of spiritual fire, bro. We never take that away, ever.
Okay, all right. What's your take on it?
I'm say
the silent assassin.
King Charlie Prince has a point. It's unfortunately it's a good and a bad one, right? The young generation are not afraid to fight like the older generation. The difference is they're not fighting where they're supposed to be fighting. They're not fighting the right cause anymore.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, the older generation, the ones that did fight, you had, unfortunately had fighters, and then you had ones who just like Godson said, they got their ass beat. There's a difference now, because people like me, you're not going to beat my ass. It's not going to be that easy for you.
It's not. No.
What we need to do is take that energy that these young kids got, and instead of having them fight each other, turn that fight so that protect your neighborhood. You want to be the man. You want to stand up for your neighborhood. You want to show that you're in charge. You know that these and we had this conversation before. These guys will be out here killing each other over colors, but they'll let the police in blue come in there and whoop their ass on a regular basis, and they all will run. But when it comes to fighting each other, they'll immediately kill each other. Now, I'm not saying kill police, but as long as they know that the leaders in the neighborhood, the gangs and the churches are all going to fall back and let them do what they want, they will always come into our neighborhood and whoop our ass. But when they immediately know that these gangs are no longer fighting each other, and we're going to stand up, and if you come into our neighborhood, we're going to give you the same energy that you're giving us, it will change.
Come on now.
All right. So listen, I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit on here. Y'all know me. I always got to do the other side. This is how we need to debate, baby. Big shout out to Poppy Boy. Everything's debatable coming out soon. Look out for that. So check it out. King Charlie Prince, I actually feel what he's saying. I understand where he's coming from. I have turned on the news plenty of times and watch Black women sit up there and say after their child has been murdered that I forgive you and I'm going to pray and I'm going to pray and I'm going to pray. And unfortunately, I'm not saying that because I'm a spiritual person, right? I believe in prayer to a certain degree, but at the same time, I also believe in what Malcolm X said, an eye for an eye. So personally, I understand what he's saying. There are a lot of people when it comes to the older generation that will just sit there and sit back and say, I'm just going to pray on it. I was going to pray on it. I don't know. I don't think that that's going to be enough, because if you're really into that book that you're talking about prayer, it says work with prayer, right? And I'm not even deep on the book, but I know that part though. You got to have some work with it. You can't just sit back and do prayer and think that that is the end all be all, because it is not. That's my take. Okay.
I basically we're saying the same thing.
I mean, we saying the same thing, but what the sister is missing is the consequences of the eye for an eye. Our people at this time are not in the mentality of revolution on an armed struggle basis. So now you might have a neighborhood, you might have a few couple of blocks where them boys toted up heavy, and you know they send 12 back to the station, you know. But the thing about it is 12 has resources, because it's not just 12. It's feds, it's ATF, it's DEA, it's National Guard, and it's everything else that's gonna come along with the consequences of the eye for an eye. Now look, I agree with you, sis, but we don't have it. We don't have it.
You don't think we built like that no more? What you saying?
No. We're built like that. We're not financially or structurally built like that.
Let me touch on that. Oh, you had something to say?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say it is happening in some places. Like for instance, where they killed George Floyd, that is Minnesota, right?
Minnesota, yeah.
They took over the whole block. Police can't come in there. Ambulance can't come in there unless they are allowed, and they're coming there doing the right thing. So it can happen. There are no consequences. The problem is we're afraid of the consequence. But when you got enough people standing up saying no more, the consequence goes away.
For how long?
As long as you stand fighting.
Okay.
Let me address this Godson, something that you said, because I think this is very important. One of the things that I noticed that people were mad when Trayvon Martin got murdered, I should say. People were upset because a lot of people were donating to what the hell was that guy's name?
Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman. Okay. A lot of people were donating to him and he was signing autographs on certain, like, what was it, Skittles shit and all of that stuff. You know, it was so messed up and people were like, look at this. But I want to point something out because you mentioned finances. And this is, I think, so very important because I believe that you're right. I think that one of our biggest issues is the fact that there is not enough wealth within our people, and when wealth do come in, we spend it right back out of our neighborhoods and our people back into the very hands of those who might not be putting it back into us. Exactly, the oppressor, right? So, but the problem with that is we don't see enough value in our own people, in our own businesses, in ourself enough, because the reason that I say that is because when you talk about wealth, that's power. That is power. Everything under that, everything under being able to fight a good fight, have the best lawyer, have all of this, it all comes from money, right? Because for me, in my opinion, when I look at they don't give a damn about if you're really right or wrong. They only want to know what you can prove and how good of a lawyer is going to stand on that stage and be able to get you off on a certain. He has no patience. Yeah. Right? Go ahead, Ray.
No. You right, sis. You right, sis. Because it do come down to money.
You got to understand, and you brought up George Zimmerman. It wasn't about getting George Zimmerman out. It was about protecting the Second Amendment.
Yes. But it's the money, though.
Right. But see, we a lot of us, and I keep saying us as Black people have to get out our feelings. Because we go, we were saying, he was doing whatever he could to make sure George Zimmerman got out, but it wasn't. And we have to take those same actions when it comes to our rights. And I don't disagree with you. When it comes to where we spend our money at, it should be important. It should be put. And I'm gonna say something to you. And I'm
gonna talk to y'all about reparations in a hot second. It'll be quick. Go ahead.
Let me say something to you on a bigger picture of this, right? Mm-hmm. It also becomes on the parents, right? Uh-huh. And I'm gonna say this to you. I have to look at the dad. And I know it's the bad thing to say, because if that would have been my son, no way in the world would I let him walk free. I would still be out after his neck. And I wouldn't be out here walking the street, still asking people to make sure that something happens. When we start, I totally agree, an eye for an eye. If you come after, you take my child, you have to understand, you will lose your child. Something, it has to be you. When you put that fear back into people will stop thinking that it's okay to kill and get away with it. They know these people no longer have fear, and they know that as long as they throwing their money at it, you will stay afraid.
Speaking of afraid, King Charlie Prince said, "We sing and the enemy swings." He said, "We pray." Can you put that back up there, please? Boy, I'm telling you, maybe. Whew. Yeah. I just had it up there. I was reading it. Why would you go to something else?
Calm down.
Okay. All right. King Charlie Prince said, "We sing, the enemy swings. We pray, the enemy slay. While we praying, they slaying." And that was basically basically what you just said. You know what I mean? I think that it was something that what was I saying reparations. Mm-hmm. This is back to the financial statement. It's so funny because I believe that we should get it. Everybody else is, right? But I believe that even if we got it right now, at the state of mind that our people are in at this very moment, it will be just like the Jews call us, and I'm sorry to say it, liquid money, where you take a cup and you put the holes in it and the money just flows right through and comes right out. I believe that we are so into buying material things, our people, that even if they gave us reparations at this time, it wouldn't serve us no benefit, because we will spend it right outside. Our people got to get to the point where we come together, buy more land, be more in control, build more of our own school systems, our own buses, our own church. The same thing, and I say this all the time, that the Jews are doing, in my opinion, is the blueprint of the Black Wall Street. They have their own communities doing their own stuff. And I am not saying, look, because to be honest with you, I'm not even into the whole racial stuff anymore because I'm just so tired. I'm gonna tell you, I'm so tired of the fact that we stand up by our people, and sometimes those are the very same people that will stab us in the back. I'm gonna keep it all the way real, and it's messed up, right? But when I look, what you want me to say? Am I lying? Am I lying? I'm tired of it.
No. I agree with you. The thing about that is, give me my reparations, because I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it.
Nah,
he said,
you see what I'm saying?
Don't speak for me, Demi. He said, hold up.
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with mine. Now I can't speak on the next brother or sister. I would hope they would use it wisely, but if not, it'll be enough. It'll be enough freedom fighters to, stage something that's gonna be beneficial for the future of the children.
I'm gonna say something about this, okay? Because you got to understand what reparations, right? And the reason why these politicians are so reluctant to put it in our even to have a conversation about it, because all they're thinking about is money, right? The money that they believe that they would be giving us, that would be a disadvantage to everybody else. Reparations, we should no longer be talking about reparations as a cash dividend, and that's the issue. Reparations in our neighborhood should be about closing these jails down and building better schools, cleaning up our neighborhoods, better education.
Okay. The king, silent assassin, has spoken. Okay, I like that.
To add on to that, no, they not speaking about reparations because they don't want to be booted out. Come on,
exactly.
We gotta understand. We gotta understand something. It's enough brothers and sisters in this country, lawyers, doctors, tradesmen, electricians, plumbers, truck drivers, entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? It's enough of us in this country, like you said, sis, to do our own thing. Reparations ain't gonna do nothing but have us kick them back to Britain, and they know that. You see what I'm saying? The power structure will switch. Come on, what's the best way to keep a black man down? Keep him poor.
Exactly. You got to think about it, right?
Keep him poor and keep him ignorant. So they tried the ignorant part. That's not working no more. The financial part,
for some, it's working for some though.
Well, no, what I'm saying, the ignorant as far as education, because we got to think back in Marcus Garvey days and W.E.B. Du Bois, it was all about academia, the intelligentsia, the education of the Negro, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays is okay. We can't hide nothing in the book no more. They done read them. They done got a hold of them somehow. They got Google now. You see what I'm saying?
Google that shit real quick.
They got Google. Listen, so we can't hide nothing like that no more. Hell, they putting the truth out now.
Absolutely.
You see, so yeah, keep us down economically, of course.
Yeah, you got to understand it, right? And when we look at, because we speak about reparations, right? When we talk about slavery in America, in Black America, the first thing they talk about is why are you still on that, right? But the same people that gave reparations for the Holocaust, America wasn't the one that even committed it.
Did they say the Holocaust? The
Holocaust, but we paid.
Exactly.
We paid to make sure that the Jews were good, and it's nothing against it, because as soon as you speak on that, people are like, oh, you're against white people. No, I'm just saying if you want equality, then you got to make it fair for everybody. There is something wrong that when Black people say we want equality, it means we're taking something from somebody else.
Exactly.
The same people that built this country. You got to think about everything that this country was built, right? When you think about a lot of the inventions in this country, it started with a Black man that doesn't even own the patent to.
Exactly.
Never
will.
Yeah. So you got to think about the wealth in this community, in our community, has been stolen from us, and now they're telling us, hey, we're not even thinking about having a conversation of giving you a little part of it back. Even when you say, hey, fix the school system, they tell you there's something wrong with that. But they'll look at us and tell America, why the people, and I'm not going to say this is about just Black people, but American poor people, we have no money to change anything about your community, but we got $13 billion to make sure Ukraine's humanity and humanitarian aid is good.
With an extra 800 million to get them kick started.
Whoop. There you go.
That
probably wasn't the right sound effect.
We as a people, and I'm gonna tell you like this, and it's not about black or white. If black people and white people finally looked at what was wrong, white poor people finally looked at what was wrong and came together, we can change what's being spent in our communities, because it's affecting our communities, both white and black, where poor people are not getting what they need.
No, because it's homeless. Right, the homeless is black, white, Latino, Asian. That has no. It has no discrimination.
Yeah, and they're taking $13 billion, and they'll tell Black America, white poor America, black poor America, hey, we got $13 billion in aid for another country, but we can't give $100 million to fix your school's education.
Problem. That is a huge issue.
Or to feed your hungry children.
Exactly.
Let's not even talk. Okay, we grown. Let's talk about the children. You see what I'm saying?
Right. King, here's the thing I'm gonna tell you about it. The reason, what would be easier? Feeding your children for one night, or fixing the education where they could feed themselves forever?
That's what we need.
That's
what I'm talking about. That's right.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Fix the education and feed the children.
That's right.
You think about it. This pandemic was an example of what America can do when they feel like America is suffering.
Right.
They know how to find the money to say, hey, because you got to remember, it wasn't only poor people who were suffering now. It was the middle class and some of that upper middle class that started suffering. So they was like, oh, we got to find the money because we need to fix this.
Right.
But now they don't have the money. We're going back to we don't have the money, but we got $13 billion. And I'm going to keep saying that. But that's our fault, because we'll get over here and we'll talk about it. But nobody's saying, hey, why do y'all think that's okay?
Exactly.
We vote for these people to keep us down all the time. It's the same people every year saying, no, we don't have no money. And it's the same poor people voting for them.
In a minute, we ain't gonna be voting at all.
Exactly. Black people will
probably in a minute, we're not gonna be voting at all. Yeah.
Well,
because they talking about that in Congress.
Yep.
Are you going to be running?
Yeah, I'm considering.
Okay, because listen, we need somebody to get up there and talk. Because that you made a lot of great points. It is so funny how they don't have the money to fix anything here, but they have all of that money. They found all of that to go outside of the country, and then now we're paying for it, and gas prices and the inflation with food, and they got bad food that they selling at the supermarket now, and they talking about it's a food shortage and all these things. Like, we are really like going through a lot here. Big shout out to Lady Z. I see you, mama.
Why are all those ships still on the docks in the water with all the food and supplies? And all this money leaving the country.
You got to think about it. If you have
great question.
If you can get the food to the docks to feed the people, right? Then you have a change in this country. People are eating. But as long as you have a story and you creating fear, this is all this is. America has been built on fear.
Fear. Exactly.
Our biggest, and I hate this, and our biggest commodity that our country sells is our American troops and our cash.
Yeah.
And you got to think about who our American troops are. They're not rich.
No.
They are the ones that going into these urban communities, and these they go into the middle class, these middle class schools, and saying to these kids, hey, we have a way for you to get out of here, and they give you the military.
So for what?
And then they sell us to go fight these wars. The same wars that they won't even fund they'll fund a war, but they won't make sure that these kids got an education. Yep.
Right.
And it's an issue. And to go back to your statement about me running, I'm gonna give you an example of why people like me don't win. Donald Trump is saying all of that. Donald Trump said all of that. Why are we should be taking care of America first before we spend billions of dollars in other countries. And you see what's happening to Donald Trump right now? They're going to make sure that man, the first president to go to jail, they're going to do whatever they can to make sure he lose everything because he's speaking against giving our money to other countries. Have you ever seen anybody go that hard at a president?
No, but it's funny. It's not like
well, Lincoln.
Yeah, they killed him. You got to think about Lincoln. They don't kill anymore. They cannot kill. It's too hard to say we killed off a leader because the best way is we kill your reputation because now you have to live for the rest of your life with them destroying you. Yep, blackballing you. This is no longer killing you. It's worse. They know now killing you is too easy. It's worse destroying your reputation.
Yeah, because killing you makes you a martyr like JFK.
Yep. So we have to we have to, and like I said, as black people, poor people, white people, anybody who feels like they're not making it, we have to start looking at the truth of what's being done and start looking at our politicians because these politicians are great liars. They'll keep me and you fighting forever over the same topic.
Right.
Same topic could go on 30 years while they run in the country, never changing anything.
And that's how they keep the people dissuaded from what they really doing.
And they said it. Kennedy was killed. You know why Kennedy was killed? Because he spoke about speaking the news, the way they be lying to people, the control that the news has over people.
I always said that with Donald Trump, and people look. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a Donald Trump fan or whatever, but I will say, like I said before, the fact that he did speak up. He wasn't a seasoned politician like the rest of them, so he actually went against what most of them do, and he showed us that a president can actually do whatever the hell he wants and don't have to listen to him. He did it. He showed America that, and on overall. When we think about him and the certain things that he did, we wanted Barack Obama to kind of have that same type of attitude that he had for black people. This is what we wanted, and he didn't. And we don't feel that.
Just say it. Go on and say it, sis. He didn't do it.
It's hard for me to say.
Listen. Just say it. He didn't do it.
I mean,
we love the brother. He made history. He didn't do it.
Right. All right. He said it for me.
Donald Trump did for the people who voted for him. He went after, he marketed and went after poor white America. Right. And you know what? They stand by him because you know what? Poor white America, unlike black white America, we recognize, hey, that we're not getting what we working for in America. Poor white America recognizes it too, but they're also going out there saying, hey, I'm going to support you if you willing to make that change. And I will stand by you no matter what. And they're still standing by Trump because they know he's saying to you, yo, I will make it right for you.
Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it is. That's what it is. Big shout out to Black Cash. He in here still promoting. Shout out. That must be your people's. Was he the producer? I can't.
Black Cash?
Yeah.
Black Cash, that's my partner. That's the boss. That's Boss Life Music down in South Carolina.
Oh, okay. He must have pulled. Well, where was you at, Black Cash? We definitely played his joints. We was in it. And we in the topic part of the session. But yes, keep putting that in there. Absolutely. We see you. Keep promoting. Y'all already know. Check out Godsun Da Faraoh, all his social medias. We put that all out there.
I will put them up again.
Yeah, you put it up there. Absolutely. There was when I'm thinking about Donald Trump, back to him, because this was another thing that kept popping in my mind, is that people were so happy when they were shutting down his Twitter, they were blocking him and all that. And I was talking to one of my friends and he was like, yo, Miz, and I said he made a lot of sense. He said, I don't get, excited over that. He said, because if they can do that to the president of the United States, then what does that say for us? Censoring, not having our rights.
That's something we already know in America. Who Asiatic hasn't been censored though, sis?
Right, but what I'm saying is a lot of people were like, oh, they were celebrating it. Look at what they did. But the whole point is people are not paying attention to what they're doing to him, as if what they're doing to him they can't do to us. Some people actually really think like that. They're not looking at the whole picture. You understand? And it is very true. I have never seen nothing like this done to a president. So, you know, for me, it's like,
it's a whole different culture. It's a whole different culture.
I'm gonna be honest. I was never a fan of Donald Trump. All right, never a fan of Donald Trump. But you got to also look at they made everybody hate Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Since when has America went out to make sure that America hated their president?
Yeah.
Never. If you look at the history of America, it never went out to make sure that we ended up hating our president, no matter what they did.
Lincoln?
No, they never hated him.
The media, the newspaper, yeah, and they killed him. Yeah, the newspaper articles though back in the 1800s, they was on his head.
Right, but you got to remember when you got to also think about the time of America. It was also in the transition from slavery, you know.
Exactly.
So we're talking about now a free America where everybody is supposed to be equal, right? Right. And they're making sure everybody hates the man, not just black people, white people too. America, they want to make sure the country as a whole hates that man.
What turned me against? I used to watch him on Shark Tank. Apprentice and all that stuff. You know, business wise, he's a great businessman. He goes according to he's a straight American capitalist. So now as far as politics, he had too much racist rhetoric in his speeches, in his
that's the part that got me.
That part. See, Trump came for white America. And I'm not saying he's not supposed to. He got voted as a white president. So he's supposed to look out for his people. We just keeping the shit real. This is what we were looking for, like you said, sis, from Obama.
Yes.
So it's Donald Trump knew what he was doing. That man is not stupid by far. He knew exactly what he was doing, like you said, King, right? And he utilized the media. I like when he said, hey, what we gonna do about guns in the schools? Get the teachers guns.
No, I don't agree with that though, but
you gotta think of
everybody strapped. We ain't doing that.
You got to think of the idealism behind that. You see what I'm saying? Okay, y'all saying this is the problem because now kids, these teachers got guns. They go, oh, wait a minute, hold up. It's a psychological thing. I understood what he meant, but if you think about it, that's how black people think. Whether it's right, because it's not the aspect of right or wrong, it's the aspect of a solution. And that's what people don't look at when you're dealing with government and politics. Politicians look for solutions that will benefit their endeavor. They don't care whether it's right or wrong. They have no moral compass. That's why you see Russia doing what they're doing to the Ukrainian children, women, and their elders. What America did to Japan with Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There's no moral parameters.
Deep.
Yeah.
Deep. All right. Listen, we're gonna wrap it up, King, because we definitely, we went overboard, but again, we was gonna get to that topic. We went a whole hour overboard.
That's good.
It's all good because the conversation is great. Yes, great
convo. You see what I'm saying? Look, I always have mad fun dealing and communicating with y'all. Y'all give mad great energy and just keep doing what y'all doing. To me, y'all the presidential couple like me and my Empress. You know what I'm saying? So while y'all presidential couple in New York, we the presidential couple here in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
saying? That's what I'm talking about.
So y'all keep doing y'all thing in the Empress Center love and greetings to y'all and to the underground also. It's Boss Light music all the way around.
Yes, and listen, we send our love back to her as well too, and to you and the fam. We appreciate that. And again, we want to thank you for coming on and chopping it up with us. So, thank you for sharing your music with us. Again, I want to remind people before we end the show that he has his joint out. He has two, actually. You want to put them both up on here? He got the Boss Sliding.
What you mean, put it up?
Huh? Oh, you can't put the picture up?
No, we'll play.
They will play. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. So, you know what? How about we do this? Godson, why don't you go ahead and tell them your two projects that you got, where they can find it, and how they can support you before we get up out of here. And your last shout outs.
Word life. Y'all can give it praises up on BLM Faraoh Spotify, all streaming platforms. Y'all can hit it up on my YouTube channel, The Godsun Da Faraoh. Y'all can hit up Boss Sliding. Still video on my YouTube channel. Official video is on Smooth Will, SMOOV, WILL YouTube channel. That's the young brother, a family member who shot the video. Another up and coming artist, videographer, so I'm just trying to help everybody I can help, so, and that's what we do. We got to help each other. We all we got.
You got any shout outs you want to give out?
The whole motherfucking underground. Y'all know what it is. It's too many of y'all. It's too many. I love all y'all. It's too many of y'all. I can't be naming names, and then I'll forget. They'll be like, dang, Godson, you ain't saying. I love all y'all. Mass salute to this whole motherfucking underground movement.
All right, there you go. Hey, stand up. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, but you gave mad shout outs in the beginning too. So, we just want to make sure we end the show with that as well. And to remind y'all, please make sure y'all go over, stream the joint, Giving Praise. It's on Spotify and all the other streaming platforms. You could check out Godsun Da Faraoh, his videos on YouTube, and follow him on his Instagram to keep up with his latest projects and what he has going on. Godson, we want to thank you so much for coming on the show. You are our brother to the end. You understand? Yes. Absolutely. And we also appreciate you and your support, when it comes to us and our show and what we got going on. And we always see you, no matter who it is, even with other people's stuff, constantly sharing and stuff like that. So guys, he is a supporter. Support this brother. Reciprocate it back. I understand that, Godson, you be like, no, it's going to come, but we're going to tell him to do it anyway, okay?
Let them know, sis. Let them know.
To be. If it's going to come, show and prove that we ain't going to have this conversation, and then y'all get off, and then y'all not checking for him. Support the brother. Go check him out. Go follow him, because that's what it's about, okay? And this is a start. We're going to talk about it. Let's be about it, all right?
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
Absolutely.
And man, congratulations to you, sis, on the Boss Smooth Chip thing.
Thank you.
I be seeing the posts, everybody. I'm like, damn, I got to get some here in Michigan. So I'm finna get to working on that so we can get some here in Michigan. Because, I want to take my little picture too. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Making boss moves. Boss like music.
Boss moves. You see what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
So big shout out. Sure.
No doubt. We appreciate you too. Again, I want to remind y'all tomorrow, make sure y'all pull up. We are celebrating women. And y'all need to pull up and support these women so that we can shine the light on them and praise them for everything that they got going on and the things that they're doing. That'll be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my show, Talk Therapy. Okay. Amen. So make sure y'all pull up. All right. Again,
salute to the sisters.
Yes, absolutely. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank the viewers and the listeners. We appreciate y'all support and everything that y'all do. We definitely appreciate it. Look, it takes y'all to, to be there too for us to do what we do. And we appreciate y'all and what you give to us as well, so y'all bring value to our show too. Your voice and your opinion matters, and that's what this platform is about, for you to also be heard and seen as well. Godson, we're gonna chop it up with you behind the scenes later. We appreciate you, and we're gonna get up out of here with you.
Can I say one little thing?
Absolutely.
One little
Go
thing.
ahead. Of course. Go ahead.
First, mad love and salute to everybody in the chat round. You know, beautiful comments, beautiful intelligence, beautiful people. Love y'all. Now, something that I mentioned to the sis the other day about the N-word. Now, you know what I'm saying? So I was just thinking to cut down a lot of the in the N-word. We won't even say nigga. We'll say nigga.
He got friends. I feel like the guys gotta have the mustache like that.
Nigga. No, hold on, sis.
Bougie nigga.
We gotta end the show. That's he said
Peace out.
Peace, y'all. We see y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow, y'all. We out. Later.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.